What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. It has, of course, we skip a week, and I feel like I haven't spoken to Jordyn in like 18 years, but we're back again. It's a crazy, wild time in both of our lives right now. But how are you doing, my love? I feel like I literally haven't seen your face.
No, I literally was thinking about it last night, and I was like, I cannot wait to record tomorrow because we took off 1 week, and I literally feel like it's been 2 months after spending like almost a consecutive week with you already this month. I've missed your face. I'm hanging in there. I don't know what is like up in the air right now, but everything's just like busy and chaotic and which we're about to get into, but it's wedding season. So a lot of wedding stuff. And I am just a guest and I'm overwhelmed. Sam is literally a month away from saying I do. How are you feeling about everything?
We're less than a month away. We are, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be 23 days away, which is absolutely fucking insane.
Very.
Like I was just getting my nails done, and my nail lady, who I've known since I was like 10, like you guys have seen these eyebrows, these are not filled in, these are just my eyebrows. I've been getting my eyebrows done since I was like 10 years old because they're out of control. So the same lady has been doing my eyebrows for so long. And so she's been doing my nails. We've been doing like all these different trials of nails like for my wedding because she's like, it has to be perfect. There's going to be so many pictures of your hands. Like I need to make sure that it looks perfect. And so she decided to give me my nails, my toes, and my eyebrows for free like the week before my wedding, before I go and get like all my stuff done. And I was talking to her today and I was like, yeah, we're coming up. It's less than a month away. She's like, you can't say things like that to me. I was just doing your eyebrows when you were 10. And I was like, you're right. So
that is a special relationship to have with a nail lady.
It's literally like my mom always says, like to this day, she's just like, what if they move? Like, what if they die? What are we going to do? And I'm like, never get our nails done again.
No,
honestly.
I don't think you can after that. That is loyalty, unmatched loyalty. I respect that.
But yeah, so, and I got, I put it on my Instagram story if anybody saw, but the Giants sent me and Michael a little certificate of honor that says, as they celebrate their wedding day, thank you for your continued support of the New York Giants, and we wish you many years of happiness together. Signed, John Mara, who obviously personally signed this for me.
Of course.
Took the time out of his busy day.
He said, oh, Sam Cardona, anything for her.
Yeah, anything. But it's good paper. It's like the 110-pound cardstock. Like,
no, it looks so official. It is so official.
I think I'm going to frame it. I'm going to put it right here.
That was so cute that they did that.
Right? Just so nice. I also got, so I had just like a bunch of extra invitations. Bride hack for people who have extra invitations. Send them to brands, celebrities, teams, send them out because you're never going to use them again. Save like 5 just in case you need a couple extra invitations, but send them out because you're never going to need them again. And I sent them out to just like a bunch of different places. I also got one from one of my favorite true crime podcasts who sent me like all these stickers and like a little signed thing in the mail. So yeah, so 100%, Jordyn, keep that in the back of your brain.
I will. That's so cute. It's stored back here for safekeeping.
It's a good bride hack. How was that wedding you went to? I saw that you guys looked amazing, by the way.
Thank you. That was my first black tie wedding.
How was it?
Oh, their wedding venue, it was Park Chateau up in North Jersey.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like Sam, like not even just like wedding venue, like one of the prettiest places I have ever seen. It was a castle. The bride and groom were high school sweethearts. So they've been together for years. Like it was just such a gorgeous wedding. We had the best time. I had B out on the dance floor, which is a rarity. He was dancing all night long. I think he was feeling himself in his tux a little bit.
Tell him he needs to dance at my wedding.
Oh, he will. He absolutely will. I'm making him. I've told you, right, that your wedding weekend is a filled wedding weekend for me as well. So
It sure is.
me and B just had this wedding that we were at last weekend. Now we're weddingless until June, where we have June 14th, our other friend's wedding in Philadelphia. Come back home, wake up Saturday morning, drive to Sam's wedding on Long Island, go to Sam's wedding, come home, and then I have to go to the Water Dogs game against the Whip Snakes Sunday, like out in Pennsylvania.
Which is basically a wedding.
Basically a wedding. So
wow, that'll be a nice busy weekend for you then.
It's gonna be so nice. And like I was so busy this weekend, and now I'm like grinding it. It's so easy to be busy when it's warm out. I swear to God. If this was the winter, I would be struggle bus city. It's sunny and nice out. I'm like, oh my God, I'll do whatever you need me to do. And luckily, like it's all fun things. Like they're all, it's not like I'm like, oh, weddings. Like they're so fun. Like
right. That's you're right though. Like the second it gets above 70 degrees, it's like I have not been home for the past 2 weeks. When did we come back from Florida? Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Like since we landed in Florida, I have just been nonstop, just like going. I've driven back and forth to Long Island more times than I can count. I don't think I've ever been in Long Island so much in my life. Also, if anybody's confused, I am from Staten Island. It's a completely different place than Long Island. A lot of people get that confused. It takes me about over an hour to get to my wedding venue. So 2 different places. Long Island's not even a real island. Let's just put that into perspective. But I won't dive too deep into that if we have any Long Island listeners. But yeah, so I've been driving back and forth to Long Island. I've just been like doing stuff for work too, on top of all of it. Like I'm working and like just nonstop going. The NBA finals are coming up. The Knicks just died, which I'm sure you're happy about, but they died via the Pacers. And
the Pacers.
Like so stupid. Whatever. But the Rangers are still in the hockey playoff. The New York is just like buzzing right now. I was in the city today. It's just like I saw like Stanley Cup things and I was like, oh my God, I forgot what it's like to have like teams winning in your area. It's like very exciting.
Yes. No, it really does change the vibe because the Phillies are on a fucking tear, like best team in baseball. And everyone's just like, the Sixers are dead. The Flyers are dead. Like the Eagles are going to be good, but we got time to prepare for that. So like everyone's just happy right now because there's nothing to really be mad at, which is kind of unheard of for Philly. But yeah, no, speaking while we're on a little sports tangent, I need your thoughts on the Giants uniforms that they're bringing back.
I was like, what did they do? Yeah, so we have like this, they're like the Century Reds, and I understand where they're coming from, right? You know, like we're celebrating the fact that we've been a team for 100 years, so they're pulling back like one of the first uniforms that the Giants have ever worn. I get it, but could we have done more of like a sprinkle?
Yes,
and then like modernized it a little bit. That's what I was kind of going for, but like they're wearing khakis.
Yes.
Khakis with the stripe, and like some people love, like there's two sides. It's like some people love them, some people hate them. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. Like I just don't like them. Maybe they'll grow on me if I see them like on the field. The helmet's atrocious. I hate the helmets.
I'm so sorry.
You know what it is? Let me just dive into this little like piece of like back of my brain that I've always kept, but like never really said out loud. I don't think I like the color scheme of the Giants. I don't like the red, white, and blue. Because I see things like when you wear your Philadelphia Eagles stuff, I'm always like, wow, it looks so good. Let me see if I can find that in the Giants. And I look at the Giants version of whatever someone else is wearing, and I'm like, wow, I hate that. I think it's the colors.
It's tough. But do you like the Bills red, white, and blue? Like, do you like Bills gear? Then yeah, it's the color scheme.
It's just like the Bill stuff though, they will kind of focus more on like white sometimes, I guess, but like I don't know. The Giants just I don't know. If they were just white and blue, I feel like I would love it.
Yeah.
But because that's like literally my entire color scheme of like everything. But the red throws me off. I don't like it. But anyway, besides the fact, I'm not a big fan of the Century Reds, but we're wearing them twice. Twice. Not once, but twice. I don't know why we got to see him again, but we got to see him again.
The tops. I was expecting the same kind of thing that you were saying, where it was like, oh, they want to give like an omen to the original jerseys, but they're going to like update them. Yeah.
The word is homage, not omen.
Oh. This is the thing. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, I bet you've picked up on it thousands of times. I have this crazy tendency of just like picking words that sound similar and using them like utterly confidently. That was probably another one.
That's good. That's kind of right.
I like words and I don't care if they're correct. I'm just going to say there's probably been so many people that have sat there and been like, is that correct? Because I say it's so straight-faced.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I just love to throw random words in.
But yes, you're right. It is supposed to be like an homage.
An homage.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's an omen?
An omen is like something bad. It's like when you have there's like an omen around you. It's just like there's something like dark.
Oh looming. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of that similar vibe, I can never say the word. What's the word I can never say? Dark and looming begins with an O.
Oh, ominous.
I always say omnimus.
Yes.
Every time. And for some reason, another scenario, use the word frequently, and I can never say it.
Frequently?
No, like I use the word.
Oh, I was like, you said it pretty good just there. Frequently.
I was like, you can pronounce frequently.
But you use ominous frequently is what you're saying.
Yes, and I can never say it right. At least not on the first try.
Yeah, that's really funny though. I heard that just now and I was just like, I'm pretty sure you said frequently correctly.
I'm dead. And it's so funny. My mom always said, she was like, for someone who reads as much as you do, like my whole life, she's like, the fact that you can't spell for shit and you're like a walking thesaurus, but like backwards. She's like, yeah. I don't get it. And I'm like, me either. Reading comprehension was never, they don't last. I just enjoy them.
And grammar too. I know I always used to have to fix your grammar when we were working together.
Yep.
I always. Like, is there an apostrophe in this word? And I'm like, no.
Sam was literally like anything I typed. I was like, does this look okay?
Yeah, no, she was always like, well, and then I think I explained to you what like compound, like the, what the fuck is this called? Apostrophe. I was gonna say comma. I was like, that's not right. The apostrophe with the S. Comma. Yes, the above comma. A floating comma.
Yes.
Floating comma S. It was like, that's possessive. And I think like I said that to you once and you were like, oh, it's like it belongs to somebody.
I still don't get it. Speaking of, wait, we actually had this conversation on the shuttle to the wedding we were at this weekend. Oh, okay. When you are signing a card for a bride and groom and you say for example, Cardonas, obviously that's not, but like just an example, would there be an apostrophe there?
Yes.
I was right. And the funniest part is the entire shuttle said, no, there's supposed to be no apostrophe.
No, absolutely not. No, it would be like, if it's like to the Cardonas, it's Cardona apostrophe S.
Yes. Now, what if this is where I always get confused? Here's an unsolicited grammar lesson from Sam. Here's where I get confused. Say it was I don't know, say the last name was Swiss. That was the first thing. Like, because it ends in an S, is there an apostrophe?
There's an apostrophe and you don't add an S at the end.
But
yeah, so some words that end in S, sometimes you just add the apostrophe to show that there would be an S at the end, but because you can't say like the Swisses, it just like doesn't roll off the tongue correctly. So in cases like that, it's like the exception is if the word ends in an S, you just put an apostrophe at the end and then you don't put anything after the apostrophe.
That makes me uncomfy.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, that is correct though.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I feel so educated.
You're welcome. I'm trying to think now to make sure that I'm right. Don't ever take anything I'm saying as truth.
I do. Like I would carve it into concrete.
I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But
okay.
Yeah. No, you were 100% right. Fuck all those people on that show.
Any information that you give me, I take as like straight fact. Like, and someone will be like, no. And I'm like, well, Sam told me, so it's right. Like,
who's to say
Sam
he
is
was
just
wrong?
my guiding light.
I just like, and I confidently say I say things that I don't know about as Jordyn says words that she doesn't know.
Yes.
That's what I just say things.
And I believe you every time.
You know, I had to do when I was editing our last episode from 2 weeks ago, and the whole time during our MetLife, oh god, our Met Gala segment, I was saying the Garden of Life. That wasn't right. It was the Garden of Time. So I had to record myself to put into our recorded episode that was like, I know it was the Garden of Time. I just kept saying Garden of Life. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me.
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, no, don't cancel us because I don't know how to say things correctly. But
yeah, please don't. It's okay.
Oh,
we're just here for a good time.
Random. Did you see it's proven fake, the fake photo of Joe Burrow's hair?
Yes.
Like I saw it, well, actually one of my coworkers sent it to me last night, or like into like our group chat, and I was like, there's no way. I just saw a picture of him. Like, there's no way this could be his hair. And everyone was freaking out over it. And like the next day everyone was like, oh, it's fake. And it's like, of course it was fake.
Of course it was fake.
I wouldn't like it if it was real though. I have to say.
I kind of liked it.
Which is weird because you know me, I like long hair.
But it's like Anakin Skywalker long hair, like
100% Anakin Skywalker hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't vibing with me. I think I like a high and tight on Joe Burrow.
I definitely like it better, but for like a period of time. I'm a fan of like the craziness for a little bit. Like I liked the curls, kind of like how I always like a random mustache. Like not forever, but for a period of time, rock it.
And Justin Herbert cut his hair too again.
Oh, I don't hate it.
No, it looks good. I feel like this time he actually like went to a barber and like had it cut.
The first time he cut his hair,
no. The first time he cut his hair, it looked like he did it himself.
Yeah, it was just like a straight awkward buzz cut from like 2011.
Yeah, no, it was not good. But no, I like it. I like the short hair. I think it looks, his hair grows so fast too.
Yeah,
by the end of this year, it'll be long again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for football to be back.
I know, right? I feel like I've been like very like there's not a lot going on right now.
No.
So I'm like, it's a little too quiet.
I know. Mm-hmm. You know where there is a lot going on?
Yes, I do.
The Eras Tour is back, and we have a new era added to the set list.
Just put this as generic because we're just going to talk about a lot of Taylor Swift things.
We are. Wait, and I have been dying to talk about this with Sam, and I want to pull up the song and the lyrics so I can 100% get this right. But I need your thoughts, and our listeners, I need your thoughts as well. I have not seen anyone talk about this yet. So if it has already been spoken about, I apologize. But I was just driving, listening to The Alchemy.
Oh boy.
And something clicked for me. And you know how there's a lot of like random debate of whether like The Alchemy is about Travis or Maddie?
Yeah.
It's 100% about Travis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to switch on me there for a second.
No, but you know the line that everyone was kind of like, well, why would she say this? Hold on. Where is it? Why can't I find it?
Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut them from the team to the ground. I don't remember all the words. It's so hard to learn the words in 31 songs.
No, it's so hard.
Okay.
These blokes warm the benches. We've been on a winning streak. And everyone was like, well, why is she saying blokes? If it's about Travis? It clicked for me today that the blokes who warmed the bench was Joe and Maddie, her British exes, who were the bench warmers for Travis Kelce.
I don't understand how people could think this song was about Maddie.
Right? Tell me that doesn't make sense.
No, it makes perfect. Like, you just opened up another door has been opened. Another TTPD door has been opened for me.
Yep.
I feel like I learn something new every week about this album.
Right?
It's so fun.
No, like, I genuinely think the blokes are Maddie and Joe.
100%. No, I literally, like, I made some, like, dumbass TikTok about The Alchemy and how it was about Travis. So many people commented on it, and they were just like, didn't you listen to it? It's obviously about Maddie Healy. And there's, like, one person in my comments that's, like, replying to all the comments, and they're like, no, it's not. She's right. It's about Travis. And I'm like, thank you.
Even Robbie. You know what? I can't say that. Robbie played football at one point. He like knows like the game of how crazy.
That is not something I was expecting to say. Right there.
So like he knows how the game is played, but like he doesn't know like current like NFL players, obviously. But he even said, he was like, this song is so obviously in your face about Travis. Like, it's embarrassing for anyone to like be convinced otherwise.
And someone just asked Travis what his top 3 favorite songs were by Taylor Swift, and he said blank space, King. Love that. The Alchemy, and So High School. He wouldn't be saying that if he didn't know for a fact that it was about him.
Yep. She also, the first night that he was there,
yes,
for the newer edition of the Eras Tour, she sang The Alchemy, and he's standing up there like, ha 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 ha, hi everybody. And you're still gonna be like, oh, this song is Maddie Healy. Like, no.
No, people are just denying it at this point if they still think it to this day. If they're really
is
like,
a happy song.
It is.
And someone said, I saw the argument for like why it's about Maddie is, what if I told you I'm back? The hospital was a drag. And I'm like, that is about her going back into public events and like being in the public. Like, she literally is at these NFL games. What if I told you I'm back at the hospital? Like, now she's out having fun. Like, oh my God, it's so about Travis, it hurts.
It's like not even like the fact that people started commenting that on my TikTok was the first time I had heard anyone say it was about Maddie Healy. I was like, wait, what?
Yep.
And then I questioned myself at first. I was like, holy shit, did I miss something? But I'm like, no. See, everything I say is true. You just have to take it as
everything you say is true. So speaking of tortured poets now, what do you think of?
Okay, first of all, we got to pour one out for the homies, The Archer. Tolerate It, Long Live, RIP. Man, those are some tough losses. Yeah, seriously. gotta pour one out for the homies. The one. Oh my God.
Literally. The Last Great American Dynasty.
Oh, that one really hurt personally for me. That is one of my favorite songs off of Folklore, and I was like, damn, I loved that.
Yeah.
It's sad. And like as you know, my cousin and his wife Kristen are going to London. They're leaving for London like right after my wedding to go to the London shows in June. And I was like, I saw her on Sunday and I was like, I'm so jealous that you get to see the Tortured Poets. And she was like, yeah, but you got Tolerate It and The Archer. And she was like, The Archer is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. And I was like, damn. That really sucks. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, we had to give them a quick moment here. But the Tortured Poets set and the songs chosen and the flow is so wonderful.
Gorgeous.
Could you have imagined if she was able to do an entire tour just dedicated to the Tortured Poets?
I understand that she can't. And I do think she's going to like even extend this tour a little bit longer. I've heard rumors about that after adding the Tortured Poets set. So like I fully understand why it's too much, but that entire album on tour would be just absolutely unreal. I know it's so out of 31 songs, picking 5 or 6 that she chose.
It must be so hard.
It's like impossible, but I think the ones that she chose really were perfect. And they tell like a complete story. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's so good. And they're like some of my favorites. Like, I was like between But Daddy, I Love Him, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, and Smallest Man. When she started singing Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, I was like, okay, also, like, let's recap us watching this set list for the first time. I was in New York City, literally finding a TikTok live on my phone, navigating through people trying to find my father on 52nd Street, like, also made him listen to the entire fuzzy TikTok live in the car all the way home. We were texting each other, and also at this point I was like working. I was like, Jordyn, send me updates, and she's like sending me updates on like things that were changing. We were watching all of Paris Night 1 at like, what was it, like 2 p.m.
Oh yeah, I was
just working and watching it.
Yep, I literally had my noise canceling headphones on, and I had on my phone the tour, and I would literally just let it play and work. And then when I would like hear something different, like, wait, what? So the first one obviously was the Archer. So she didn't do the Archer, went right into Fearless. And I was like, oh! So I was like, jump scare. And then she went from Fearless to Red. And I was like, ah. Yeah. And then the Folklore Evermore now combined set was on my drive home. So I'm on 95 with the grainy live stream playing through my Apple CarPlay. And 95 is scary. Like, everyone says New Jersey drivers are bad. I get it. We're not great. However, I don't fear for my life in New Jersey the way I do when I'm driving home from Philadelphia. Like, it is there are cars that like drive sideways. Like, if there are 2 lanes, cars will go in between the lane. Like, it's
a lawless land.
It genuinely is. And I'm always like, I'm going to be the one to get pulled over as someone is literally like, vroom, vroom, like Fast and Furious. And it's like rush hour traffic. I'm driving home and I'm like, why did she go to the piano for champagne problems? And I'm like overwhelmed and freaking out. But overall, this is very selfish because I obviously got to see like the whole original set. Like, I saw what we got in Philadelphia. I got Long Live added on in LA. So like, I was very happy. So for me, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to the Eras tour, but if I do, I'm okay. Cause I got to see everything. But like, I fully understand, like you were mentioning, Chris, and Robbie never got to see Long Live. So if we get to go back, like, he's upset about that. Like, it's so hard, but the new set is so phenomenal. And I'll say it, I think Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is the greatest performance of this entire tour.
I have goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Like, and the thing was like I think, oh my God, I'm like literally thinking about it and giving myself goosebumps. The marching with the drums while she sings. I kid you not, I was in the car by Tortured Poets in the car with my dad. And my dad is a very supportive Swiftie father. He listens to Taylor Swift just so that he can talk to me about it, which is amazing. So he was like, I was like, oh my God, Dad, like, she's doing an entire new set, this and that. And he was like, and also he just likes Taylor Swift. He's like, she's a grinder, you know, she doesn't stop. She's so good at her job. And I'm like, she is good at her job. And I was like, yeah, she changed up the whole set and she's doing Tortured Poets now. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, if she sings Smallest Man Who Never Lives, I was like, Dad, you're going to see me lose it. And she started singing. And then the bridge, which is insane, with the freaking drums and her walking down. And now I've seen all these TikToks about how it's like her walking into war and like battling the Smallest Man. March. And then she starts getting like hit and she starts like collapsing to the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just so visually good.
It's literally like storytelling performance. And then the fact, I think this is so underrated, the fact that she's on this death march for the Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. One of her dancers is in the back waving the white flag and she still gets shot and dies. And then they scoop her up, carry her, and she does the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
When they were starting that, I was like, this has got to be I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. It's got to be. And she started doing it, and I was like, fucking queen, to sing the song about the tour that basically almost broke you in the beginning of it on that same tour. That's fucking growth. That is growth. I am
literally is.
It was so meta. I loved it so much. I was like, Taylor, you are such a queen. And it looked so good. And she has like the choreography down. And not to mention the Roomba, which I love. She's Roombaing around, holding onto a pole during Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Yeah.
Love that. Looks like so much fun.
I wish I could do it. But no, also I won't confess how many times I've watched edits of her in the outfit transition change.
Oh, the
too.
dress coming off.
I'm like, woman, she looks as good as she does and thinks she can just take off her dress every night.
The video of Travis in the rafters
recording
Ash.
Like bro, you get that all the time. Let us enjoy it.
My favorite part was when they went on New Heights and Jason like called him out for it. He was like, "Hey Trav, what were you doing?" And he was just like, "What? The flash makes it better. It's dark in this room." And I'm like, "Sir, you are hundreds of yards away from this woman. You don't need a flash. No. You can also just see her later. She can probably do it all over for you. It's fine."
Yeah, they just rented a $22,000 a night villa in Italy that they've been staying in. Looked absolutely lovely and romantic. I hope they had the best time. I just literally love this couple like more than anything in the entire world.
I saw so many, and honestly, I think that this one it's a little bit over the top. A lot of people were speculating that they got engaged, and I'm like, okay, because like apparently she was doing a lot of things with her hand during the tour.
Okay.
Like she was like doing a lot of like this or something, and everyone's like, she never did that before. She's trying to tell us something. And I'm like, I know that this woman does this a lot, but I really don't think that they got engaged. I feel like that would be, I don't know. I think she would either keep it completely quiet and no one would know about it, or everyone would know.
Yes.
Like I don't think also drop the hints.
Like, listen, I am the biggest fan of their relationship. I talk about them all the time. I look at every photo. I watch every video of them. But also just with how much like she's been through regarding the marriage topic, and you hear it on Tortured Poets and like how much it affected her. We started hearing it on Evermore with Champagne Problems. Like that was the first inkling like we ever really heard of her talking about like being a wife. And obviously we don't know how much of it was fictional and what wasn't, but throughout Midnights and then Tortured Poets Department, we get a lot more of a look into like that subject for her. And it's clearly a very touchy, dark subject. So like I will root for them till the end of time. I obviously want them to get engaged, get married, have babies, but like I feel like everyone should kind of just like let them do it. Because I do think it's going to happen, and whether it's happened or not, I don't know, but I just feel like that isn't something that we should like, I don't know, make a huge deal. Cause I know like it's a very important thing for her and a very special thing for her. And she's been hurt over it so much in the past that like, just let them have their time.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's like she when they get engaged, and if they get engaged, we're going to know.
Yeah.
Like it's
when she wants to tell us.
Like we're gonna find out when the time comes for the fans to know that type of information. But yeah, otherwise they look so happy.
Yeah.
I am so happy that like he's able to now kind of go, because now this is the first off season that he's had with her. So if he's like, I'm gonna fucking travel around Europe with my girlfriend, like amazing.
Awesome.
What a life to be living.
Yes. To be able to spend a little time in Italy, a little time in Paris.
Yeah. It's great. It's fantastic.
I wish them the world.
They're just so pretty. And like never in a million years, I don't think has any, correct me if I'm wrong, has any Taylor Swift boyfriend ranked his top 3 favorite Taylor Swift songs.
Joe, when asked about that, literally said he wouldn't talk about it. They said, what's your favorite or what's your top 3 Taylor Swift song? And Joe was like, I'm not going to get into that, or I'm not going to talk about that. And Travis is like, oh my God, blank space. And then it's about me. Like, no problem.
The fact that the first one was blank space is so good. Because like, not even like he was like, well, yeah, the Alchemy and So High School and like one more. Like he was like, no, blank space is my favorite Taylor Swift song. Like again,
I think it was the same interview, but like a different edit where they were like, oh, like what's your favorite era or what's your favorite like part of the tour? And he was like, oh, like a little biasly Tortured Poets because
Yeah.
he gets a whole fucking song with all his touchdown dances in there. But he still was like, it's 1989.
It's 1989,
Like the 1989 girly.
I love that for him.
Speaking of, did you see that Apple Music is ranking the top 100 albums of all time, and 1989 is at 18?
Wow. Wait, where do you see that?
I saw it on Instagram today.
Was it like the Apple Music Instagram?
I believe so.
Wait, I want to see, because I want to see what's number one.
I don't know if number 1 came out yet. They're dropping it in like
Oh.
bits. Yeah, right now I'm only seeing 20 through 11.
Oh. Ooh, oh, okay. 100 best. Wait.
The full list will be revealed tomorrow morning. Which albums do you think made the top 10?
Oh, I see. Okay, 1989 is at 18. I see. Marvin Gaye, 21. Ooh, Adele's on here. Jay-Z, Radiohead. Oh, I was just listening to Rumors today by Fleetwood Mac. No joke. Number
Yep.
11. It's such a good album. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What do you think number 1 is? I bet you there's another Taylor Swift album in the top 10.
Apparently, they were only giving one album per
Oh.
artist or group. I don't know, though. I didn't do that much research into it. I know.
But for 1989 Taylor's version to be on that, I think that's 100%. I think that's the best re-recording so far.
I think that's one of the best pop albums of all time.
Of all time.
Obviously, I'm biased, but like that is a pop Bible. Like no skips. It's perfect. And extremely biasly speaking, from someone who one of her favorite albums of all time is Midnight's, the vault tracks are just like
Phenomenal.
pure perfection.
So
I
good.
can't get enough of it. Is It Over Now is one of the greatest songs I will ever hear in my entire life. And I will never get over it.
No, it's those vault tracks.
Now I will listen to 1989 vault tracks.
There's a reason why she didn't have any features on those vault tracks. And it's because she was like, these are mine.
Yep.
These are mine. No one else is going to claim these. No one else is going to be on these. They're mine. And I said, Queen.
Now that it's summer, Queen.
Queen.
Now that it's summer, imagine listening to. Wait, when did it come out? Was it
before cold? December, like right before Christmas? Because we got it on our
summer with it. So imagine windows down, driving to the beach, listening to Suburban Legends.
No, I'm thinking Now That We Don't Talk. Now that we don't talk, I don't have to be there. It's a Harry Styles Hating Summer.
Oh yeah, he's now single.
I know, Slay King.
Slay King.
I don't know. I never actually knew the girl Taylor Russell that he was dating. I don't know who she is.
I don't either. She's the cutest thing ever.
She's adorable.
I did not know her before, which I hope we don't get canceled for. Is she an actress or a model?
Oh, she was the one at the Met Gala in like that wooden top.
The one we loved?
Yeah. We completely missed that. I don't know how we didn't put 2 and 2 together there.
I wonder why he didn't go. I guess maybe things weren't great if they just broke up.
She's a Canadian actress. Recognition for starring in a Netflix science fiction series Lost in Space.
Okay.
She appeared in the drama film Waves and the horror film Escape Room and its 2021 sequel. The thing is, I've not seen any of these.
Me either.
So that would be why I wouldn't know. But yes, they've broken up after less than a year of dating.
Yep.
Yeah, they're probably just having fun, you know?
Yeah. Which is all good. Well, apparently he wanted kids. That's the rumor I heard.
She wanted kids? Or he wanted?
He did.
Interesting.
Very.
Interesting. And that's why they broke up? Is because she doesn't?
That I literally saw, like, I have no idea if there's any truth or validity to this, but the headline I saw is Harry and Taylor split after like 14 months of dating. He wanted kids. And I was like, damn.
Sounds like a TMZ.
Right?
I'm trying to see if there's like a a article that tells me, though the pair largely kept their relationship out of the spotlight the entire time they were together. In fact, the pair did not address romantic speculation when it first surfaced in June of 2023. Yeah, no, I don't see any reasoning. She's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. He's pretty too, but she's
so
prettier than him. I will say.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I look at Harry Styles and I like get a little bit of the ick. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, obviously I was like so in love with him when he was in One Direction. When he branched off, I like continued to love him, and I still love him. I think he makes incredible music. He's a fantastic performer. I will see him 1,000 times if possible. But every once in a while, I look at him and I'm like, Harry, why do you look like that today? Like,
not me, not Hermione.
You.
I don't know why the way you said Harry just made me want to
I did. I said it with like a little bit of a British accent.
Yeah.
Harry.
I miss frat boy Harry.
He will always have a very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
There's a very specific photo. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's him sitting in a chair, which I'm assuming is at some sort of stadium where they're about to perform. He has a red baseball cap on backwards, shirtless, and he's got his arm over the chair and he's like looking back.
Yeah.
It's like, I think someone painted it in my brain. There's a little like Rembrandt or something in there who like I'm going to find it for people who are watching. You guys have to see this picture of frat boy Harry Styles. Oh my God, it's the first picture to show up.
Nuh-uh.
Literally, I kid you not. And I had such a dedicated...
I want to know what you Googled.
Harry Styles frat boy.
No, you didn't even put red baseball hat?
No.
Wow.
No, I did not. That's how you know.
That's how you know.
That's how you know. Wait, where'd it go? Okay, here
Frat
it is.
boy Harry during my Tumblr era was really, really something.
Yep. No, that's exactly...
I'm barking. Woof.
Oh, yeah, literally. No, it's...
Sam, you have to get it off the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be a married woman soon enough. But yeah, no, that during the Tumblr era, forget it.
Over.
I was so chronically on Tumblr. I kind of wish it would come back.
I have tried logging into Tumblr. I can't even remember how it worked. And I'm like, I would not leave this website. Like I was like editing my blog during school and like looking for templates and chatting with people. And I log on now and I'm like, I don't even know how any of this shit works.
Yeah, no, I was like a coder on Tumblr. I like coded my own,
adding music and like a special mouse that came up. Like, yeah, what a time to be alive.
No, it was a special time, and it's literally, I really don't think it'll ever return. I'm sure people are still on it. Like, I'm sure people still use Tumblr, but you being on Tumblr during that One Direction era was a completely and I was obsessed with Supernatural at the time too. So it was like a One Direction, Supernatural, British. There was like a British vibe there just because like everyone was obsessed with British people at that point in time.
Yep.
Did you listen to Cher Lloyd?
Yes. Oh, I love Cher Lloyd.
Oh my God.
Remember all the things that you and I did first? Now you're doing them with her.
No, it was so good. The original Deja Vu.
Literally. Wait, also, speaking of Tumblr, there is or was this one video on Tumblr that was, for some reason, the greatest thing I've ever watched. I still sing it and quote it regularly. I have never met a person that knows what I'm talking about.
We've talked about this.
My tiny little human being.
Yes. And I had no idea what you were referring to.
I have searched, if anyone listening, if I can find one person who knows what I'm talking about, I have searched the depths. I have like quoted the entire video and typed it into Google. I cannot find it. It was a woman, a British woman, parked in a parking lot outside of the grocery store, just like watching people and singing a song about her sitting in the car and it was the funniest, cutest thing ever. And I wish I could watch it one more time.
Nope. to this day, I remember you mentioning this to me like a year ago,
Yep.
and I still don't know what you're talking
Yep.
about. So
I've like
maybe
kind
one
of
day.
given up.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. It's just
Mhm.
gonna come up on my TikTok one day and I'm gonna be like, oh,
Yeah. Here it is.
I'm waiting for that moment.
Oh, before we log off, I
Mhm.
just want to throw out there. I know it's old news by this point because we took off last week, but the Harrison Butker speech, um, y- face says it all, you know? And I just want to say, so I made a TikTok that kind of went viral, and in the
Kind of.
kind of
You're at like 1,000,000 views.
it's pretty crazy. The first like week of me having this video up, I got so many good comments. It has finally made it to the other side of TikTok. I am getting so many mean comments, and I've literally like I just like can't even look at them anymore. At first I was like reading, like just like not reading all of them, but like kind of glancing through and like my like little notifications tab. And like now people like I guess it's gotten to like this side of like the religious people who it's like who he was speaking to really about like for context, if you guys haven't heard about the Harrison Butker speech, which I feel like at this point everybody knows about,
Everyone has.
Harrison Butker, kicker of the Chiefs, basically said, "Women's lives begin when they get married and have children." So I made a video of saying like
At a graduation ceremony as
at a
a
graduation,
commencement speech.
like literally saying like, "Oh, you girls worked so hard for your degree, but guess what? Your life will start after. It's not gonna start when you get a job." And so I was like making it a point to like mention all these points in my life where I was like, these were achievements of mine. This is not when my life began, whatever. But now everybody's just like, oh, like you're going to hell and like all this stuff. And I'm like, damn,
No,
okay.
you literally can't read it, but if it makes you feel better, I posted a TikTok like making fun of it right when it happened with the smallest man who ever lived. And I was just like, oh, like my 3 degrees, graduated summa cum laude, like
Yeah.
started my own social brand. I work as a director. So like just like listing my little achievements and being like, oh, but my life won't start till I'm a wife, according to a kicker. Like it was like a funny, and I saw a bunch of other girls do it. Like that was the inspiration. It was like a trend. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can hop on this. I posted it. It reached the wrong side first.
Mm,
And it scared me. Because
yeah.
like I have my little loyal ass following that are
Sure.
mainly Philly fans. So like the same people comment on my video. Like I know my followers that comment all the time. Like I have relationships with them because like I'll interact and engage. So like
Right.
I'm very used to like my little bubble of social media. And someone was like, he's not talking about you, he's talking about godly women. Like and I was just like,
I've gotten that one too.
so I privated the video because I was like, I was not ready and in a mental space to be ripped apart in that kind of way, even
No,
though I
I
knew
get
they
it.
were wrong and I knew they were crazy. But so just don't read it. The video's viral enough.
Yeah. No,
Don't go for comments.
and the funny thing was, like, I, like, low key wish I was wearing my cross in that video just
Mhm.
so that people could see, like, I'm a Catholic, and that's not what I believe. That's what a
Yes.
like, that is some intense that's not even Catholic views. That's just
No.
being misogynistic.
Yes.
Sorry.
And my whole thing about it was like, if you are a woman and you want to be a stay-at-home mom or you choose to be a stay-at-home mom, that is a job in it of itself. Like
No, don't
that,
yeah.
there is so much hard work that it's not just like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home. Like you don't understand how hard it is to be a stay-at-home mom. Like that, and if you are fortunate enough to where you can be in a situation like that, where you can rely on one income and that can be like, all like, praise be with you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I commend you. I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom personally. And also in this economy, like, especially with where the area that I live in, everything's very expensive houses. Like, it is
Yeah.
very, very hard for anyone to even be able to do that right now. Like, so the fact that it's like at this commencement speech, he's saying like, this is your only path to success. Your life starts here. Most people don't have the ability to even be a stay-at-home mom, even if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And then also just the way that a working woman isn't better than a stay-at-home mom. Like being a stay-at-home mom isn't better. Like both are great. Like as
Yeah.
long as you are doing what you want to do, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would add to that, but I think you said it all.
Oh, thank you.
I
So
think you
it's
said
just
that.
literally triggered me so much. I think it stuck
It's
with me so
triggering.
personally. And I'm sure you feel the exact same way. So many people were like, oh, like if you work in sports, if you're a content creator, like you're not going to be able to be a mom. You're not going to be able to be a wife, like blah, blah, blah. Like I heard that so many times, like, oh, give up this dream, give up that dream. And I'm like, no, I can do both.
Yeah. Like, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
I'm
I'll
gonna do whatever
do
the
it.
fuck I want.
Ugh.
Guess what? I'm gonna be working and kind of a content creator now, I guess.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be married. So, and guess what? I'm probably gonna be a mom someday. So that's, I guess, yeah, that's really all we can say. I think we hit all the things there. Yeah, Harrison. Sorry that didn't resonate with the likes of these
And
ladies over
also
here.
his like apology, his follow-up was worse than the initial speech. So that I thought was comical. I can't wait for Travis to run into him at the locker room and pull a Will Smith and be like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, no, it's one thing to literally not even name drop one of the most
Famous people.
famous, successful, billionaire, like highest everything
Yep.
in the music world and in entertainment itself. So, not to name drop her and call her that your teammate's girlfriend. Okay.
It's the entire thing was disrespectful.
Very.
And that's my thoughts on it. I hope you guys enjoyed having me and Sam back together. We did it.
We did it.
One thing, I obviously will not promise this because I'm really bad at it, but one thing on the to-do list is Bridgerton. I like need to watch Bridgerton. And I know Sam's gonna die for me to watch Bridgerton. So that's on the docket.
It was so good.
Make sure to tune back in to see how long it actually takes me to sit down and watch Bridgerton. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give us a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Follow us on all of our socials. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at the _unsolicited_podcast. Find us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. And of course, as always, find us wherever you get your audio podcast as well. We love you and thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.